But for the moment, let's concentrate on a fund that is about to be launched. It's quite a while since we have had fund launches. Motilal Oswal is about to launch a new fund, and the fund manager Taher Badshah joins us. Hi Taher, good to have you on the show. Why a new fund? I mean, you all have existing funds, you all have equity funds. What's the reason for yet another fund?
So two reasons. One, from the point of view of the corporate itself, that this is, while we do have, as you rightly mentioned, we do have a few schemes and funds on our mutual fund platform. We have typically been associated more with the ETF platform and active passive combination products till now. This is our first outing and first product that we have now on the pure equities side, the more plain vanilla variety that we are all familiar with. So it is the most focused 25 fund, that is what we are calling this fund, is our maiden launch in this area. So that is one reason from a corporate perspective and a business perspective. The second, of course, we think that while there is a lot of general apathy towards equities as an asset class in recent years, we believe that the scenario is going to get better, and we believe that it is one of the better times than many others to invest in equities from the perspective of investors who are oriented towards medium to long-term growth. So our portfolio is designed for investors who are medium to long-term growth oriented, and from that perspective, we believe that markets from the current situation with our strategy should be in a position to get returns.
Taher, afternoon. What's going to be a big market call then? Today and for the last couple of days, we have seen a bit of a shift from defensives to slightly more aggressive ones. We've seen buying in banking, we've seen buying in infrastructure. What's your big portfolio call going forward for the stock markets?
Well, I think the way we are conceptualizing this thing is our strategy is of buying. This is a more bottom-up oriented, best ideas kind of portfolio. We are calling it, as I said, the focused 25 fund. So it is a portfolio which is going to comprise of only maximum of 25 stocks. We are basically looking to buy businesses from a medium to long term perspective. Our investment horizon is more like 3 to 5 years, and therefore not as much dependent only upon today's market conditions.
So that's fair enough.
We are basically saying,
Taher, that's fair enough. My point is that at current juncture, what's a broader call on the market? Because I'm guessing that this fund too will be impacted by that call.
From at least my outlook is that we are at a stage of the market which is looking reasonably positive to us. Even if you were to probably look at in the next 12 to 18 months out, we believe that many of the conditions for corporate profitability to recover are now gradually falling into place, especially given the kind of correction that we've seen in commodity prices, some of the other asset classes. The shift towards equities, in our view, will gradually come about from the current situation where there is a complete aversion. So appetite for equities will improve, and that will also drive that will also drive flows and also drive markets. But clearly, the most important thing will be the return of corporate profitability. We have seen a situation of very low growth in the last 2-3 years, but we are setting up the building blocks for growth to recover. Maybe not in the next 2 quarters, but clearly over the next 2 years' time. So if you're positioned for that, then I think the markets are trading at a very attractive valuation today.
All right, Taher, just a pause. We are getting some breaking news which will be flashed in a few minutes. DTC, that is Delhi Transport
Corporation.
Delhi Transport Corporation is to impose a fine on Ashok Leyland owing to a bus fire incident, and the fine will be 7,000 rupees per day for every bus not plying. Ashok Leyland has not been able to replace buses lost because of the fire, and this is a fine that will be imposed. Difficult to, it may not be a very big number, since perhaps the buses will be replaced soon, but 7,000 rupees per
yeah,
day
but it's
per bus.
important because Ashok Leyland is the majority provider of buses. 95% of
the
buses per shift come from Ashok Leyland. So in that sense, it's important because that's one of their regular customers, so to speak. So in that sense, I don't know if we have a comment yet from Ashok Leyland on this, or we should try to get some kind of comment from Ashok Leyland. Keep in mind, it's a stock which has really underperformed the CV cycle quite clearly. Ashok Leyland is an out-and-out CV company.
Absolutely.
So that is
has been a serious underperformer. Absolutely. Yeah. We'll try and get you more on that story, and the lines have started running. Taher, one final question to you. I mean, I cannot expect you to reveal your portfolio as soon as you get your corpus, but if you can give the broad contours on what you will bet on, and will that include mid-cap stocks? Because your presentation says that you will benchmark yourself to the Nifty. Will you be largely heavy stocks weighted, big stocks weighted? Will there be any scope for debt as well?
Yeah. So in terms of the portfolio construct, we will have a larger cap bias, but the portfolio, the fund allows us to invest in mid-cap companies also to a fairly decent extent. Up to a maximum of 25% can be in mid-cap stocks, which are below the top 200 stocks on the exchanges. So we can create a portfolio with a fairly balanced strategy, but it will clearly have a large cap bias to begin with. We would like to, in terms of our positioning of the fund, we would basically, like as I said at the outset, ours is more about seeking companies which we think have certain competitive advantages and give them enduring competitive economic moats, which imparts them quality which can sustain.
Which kind of stocks?
It could be in. It can come from various sectors. So we are not talking about being. We are essentially sector agnostic. We will essentially look to buy companies which have got leadership in their area. It could even be in the infrastructure play. It could be in the cyclicals play, or it could be in the consumer-facing businesses which demonstrate a lot of these characteristics. So it could come out of any sector, but clearly ours is more about enduring long-term competitive advantages which can play out over 3 to 5 years time.
Fair enough. We'll leave it at that. Taher, thank you very much for joining us in this discussion. So that's a new fund that you can look forward to from the Motilal Oswal stable. 25 stocks is what they will pick. Let's take a break on that note.